Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Five Large Fries, and welcome to episode number 4 of the Realm of Fries podcast. I am your host, as always, Five Large Fries, and joining me, as always, is Flatline Plays
Huzzah!
and Inferno Rouge 8D.
Run!
Yo, your fucking 8D is gonna mean something different later. It's gonna be 8D fucking dice or some shit. Fucking.
I was waiting. You had to tread
It's a
carefully
smiley.
there,
It's a
mate.
really happy face. It's a happy, happy, happy.
Where's the tiny chode?
Hey, it's a grower, not a show.
Oh, so how you boys doing anyway?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. No sleep last night, but besides that, dude, I'm
Yo,
well.
fucking same. High five.
Slap.
I'm just groggy.
Yeah. So I noticed that then I'm a D&D character flat.
I've been forced into it. I'm gonna be poked with a stick, man. But the thing is, like, I've got to this part now, right? Where, like, obviously I've chose my race, I've chose my class, gone to abilities, and I've now got to choose my abilities, right? My
Okay.
my stats. So why wouldn't I choose max on everything? It doesn't seem to be anything stopping me.
Okay, hang on. Let me just did you go Mountain Dwarf or Hill Dwarf?
Hill Dwarf, mate.
Hill Dwarf. Alright.
Hill Dwarf Rogue, who specializes in acrobatics and intimidation because you know it sounds good. So I'm gonna just like pirouette over them, and then
Show
just
'em your
they'll
whole
look
face.
into my eyes and they'll see the thousand blades that I've gone through, and they'll run, mate.
Okay,
Fucking
so
run.
I know you went rogue, so let me
Oh,
add
orange juice.
class. Okay,
Give me
so
your screen.
like you're on about your let me just skip forward a little bit. Your ability scores, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there's so many different rules, like depending on your DM, on how they will like get you to put in your ability scores. So you have standard array, which gives you it goes basically you choose from put in 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, and 8 into your strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. So you can put them wherever you want. You have point buy, which gives you 27 points, and you then start
That's
putting your
more what I was expecting. You know, I mean, a set amount of points, and you put them in how you want, kind of thing. That's more what I was expecting, but it all depends on how you want to set this bad
we
boy
done the
up.
15, didn't we? 15 or 16, 15, 12.
That's
Yeah.
standard.
So point buy allows you to max out a stat at 15, and then it's kind of, I think, if I remember rightly, it's the same thing as having 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8, but it allows you, if you want a stat to be like the lowest, which is 8, you can like then put those points in, say, like Constitution, for example.
So, what is Constitution?
Constitution is your health, essentially.
Yeah, thought so.
Yeah, that modifies like your health and all that kind of stuff. It's also used for different things. So, for example, if you were to start like drinking heavily, for example, in the game, your DM would give you a Constitution check, get you to do a Constitution check or a Constitution saving throw, one of the two, and you'd roll that. That's the noise of someone sharing their screen, by the way. If anyone's listening to this podcast,
apologize.
No worries, no worries. There you go. Yeah, so I was actually looking at it on my screen as well. Actually, I was setting his character up as well. So they have standard array, which is what you've got there, which is your 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 8, which is what I got. I got Inferno to set it up like that. You have point buy or whatever it is. Let me have a double check on my screen as well. Point buy, which gives you 27 points, but it allows you to put those points in whatever score you want. Anything?
Yeah, so we're going standard array, are we? Because I think that's set up how I want there, roughly.
Yeah, standard array is probably what we'll do. But you have manual or rolled, right? Right, that's the sound of me rolling dice there. So basically what rolled does is now some people do it like differently. So like usually what you do is you roll 4d4, which is what I did there, which is the sound of those dice rolling, like forgot that I have everything coming through my recording, which is always fun. But yeah, so rolled is fun because like you could essentially get 66, which gives you whatever the fuck 6 times 4 is. I can't bother to work that out. It's like,
So you basically get, if you roll it, you got a chance of having an OP character from the start.
yeah, essentially. But it all
You
depends
could
on.
do that in the future.
Yeah, I'm probably thinking maybe doing that for like the actual campaign is having rolled dice. Yeah, so
Yeah, because then it makes it a bit more. You might
yeah,
have one real strong character and someone who's weak that's got to protect them a bit more.
yeah, exactly. I mean, there's so many different different classes, different races and stuff like that, and they all do like completely different things, right? Which is like really fucking cool. Like I've got like my character that I made for a couple of games ago was called Doldrum, right? Which ironically enough is the name of the book that I'm writing because it's based on this character. And he was a bard and he could do so many different things. Like you have like spell slots as well. And this is the thing I didn't talk to you about Inferno is like when you're leveling up, you'll have certain classes can do different things and have different spells. I gotta be honest, I've never played a rogue, but I I know they do have some spells and stuff that they can use for every now and then.
I've got Dark Vision up to 60, but
Yeah, but that's your passive.
Yeah.
And I think that's because of your race. I
elf.
think.
Yeah, I'm half elf.
Yep. But you'll have spell slots. So you have cantrips, which are basically things that you can use like however many times you want. But then you have your spell slots, and you get a first level spell slot all the way up to 9. And obviously 9 being like when you're level 20 essentially. And to cast a spell, you basically use up those slots. So my bard at level 10 has 4 first level spell slots, 3 second, 3 third, and 4 fourth, and 2 fifth. And obviously, like the higher level spell slot you use, say if you're using like a level 1 spell, like at 5th level, it will do like either additional things. So like Charm Person will allow you to charm more people, for example. You have things like fuck, I'm just trying to think of which yeah, you get the idea. So like damaging abilities, damaging spells will do additional like damage. Like effect spells will allow you to target more people and stuff at higher level spell slots. Pretty fucking cool. But the thing is, so like let's just take first level for example. Say like you have 4 spell slots at level 1. Like that basically means you can cast like 4 spells in that slot, and then that's it until you take a rest of some kind. Usually it is a long rest you get those back. There's certain feats you can take that allow you to get them back on a short rest, which a short rest is technically like an hour of in-game time, whereas a long rest is like 8 hours. It's essentially like going to sleep. Some races have like a racial benefit. I think half elves or elves.
Yeah, you can't put them to. I'll get a chance of not going to sleep.
Yeah, no.
That's one trait.
So there's I mean there is that, but there's things where they have a benefit of getting the effects of a long rest in a 4-hour window rather than an 8-hour window. So they can like take a
Power
long
nap.
rest in a it's essentially like going to bed and only having 4 hours sleep. That's essentially what it is. But a long rest is 8 hours. But yeah, so and then once you do that, you get your HP and all that kind of stuff back. So here's the other thing is like you can take a short rest and you can expend like your hit die, which essentially allows you to, if I can actually, where am I looking here? Sorry, basically you have a certain amount of hit dice that you can use and expend to like heal yourself during a short rest, which is quite nice. So, like at level 10 I have a total of 10 hit dice that I can use, which is you roll for Bard, it's 8 it's a d8 essentially. So you roll 1d8 and you can use as many as you want, but you have a total of 10 that you can do in a short rest. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff about D&D that's like just absolutely fucking crazy. You're still going through your character there, which is quite nice. Neutral,
Indeed, mate. Slowly working through it. It's a bit weird.
neutral
Bit weird.
evil.
Neutral evil, man.
I love it, mate. I love it.
My guy's burdened. Very burdened, man. He's got issues.
Oh dear.
But he also knows how to pull off a really good pirouette. So, you know, there's good and bad parts to it.
Loves it, mate. He loves it. But yeah, so like there's so many different things about like your characters and stuff that will affect like how they play, what they do, their interactions and that kind of stuff. Because essentially it's a role-playing game, right? But obviously there's combat and stuff, so it, you know, it is what it is. I like the role-play side of things, but like I tailor to like the group. So like if the group's more combat orientated, then I'll just like do a lot more combat orientated stuff. But man, I was practicing some voices the other night, and I got a really good fucking evil laugh down. Like I was fucking on it, mate. Like
It's a bit like this one.
oh no.
Or you got for the deep.
That's-
Wah, wah, wah.
That sounded like more like a witch is what you did. Mine was like this really sort of. I'll do it for you. Fuck it. Fuck now you put me on the door. Put me on the door. Put me on the.
On the dwarf. You put him on the pirouette of the dwarf.
Yeah. No, you put me on the spot. Like I don't know why. Like when I get put on the spot to do something, fuck's sake, Flat. I'm looking at what you're searching, man.
Leave me alone.
He's like trying to find out like the height of a dwarf. It's like
I have no idea. Because if I'm going to put in like 6'2", it's going to be a fucking tall dwarf. But those pirouettes are going to look good.
I just noticed what you put. Like you got hair, none. Skin, some ...
Eyes, 2, brown.
Yeah, 2 brown. Okay, so
one should be 4'9".
I'm tall I'm tall, man. I'm 5 foot.
5 foot dwarf, man. That is a tall
Wait.
dwarf.
I can't work in pounds.
You can put whatever you want in there. It's fine. Yeah.
Oh, you sure you want to be? You gotta be nimble enough.
Nice.
38 years old, non-binary.
Nice. I love it.
Male. Wait. I don't know what.
Pounds. So just to give you an idea, like I think it's 210 pounds is roughly, I think, like 17.
Cool.
About 130, probably about right.
It doesn't really matter too much, to be honest. I mean, it's all that's more for the RP base, RP type of thing, and that's like, you know. Wow, your personality traits. I remember the character that I made like at the beginning for a joke. It's like you pick, like, especially in like D&D Beyond, it allows you to pick all the stuff from like the player handbook for the most part, and then like it gives you the ideals, your bonds, and your flaws. And for the flaws, I picked I have an addiction, but I clicked it like so many times, so it just said I have an addiction, I have an addiction, I have an addiction. But yeah, no, I've been practicing a few voices for it, so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to share them, but like the moment, like it's weird, right? Like on the day, like I could do it, or like just off very voiced backstory. Flat, for fuck's sake.
Well, that's
Hey,
my
to be fair,
backstory,
he's
mate.
a hill dwarf, so it's probably quite moist on the hills.
It is. Live under the caves, mate. Pretty
The m-
moisty down there.
With the mist.
Yeah, I
At the
love
end
it.
of the day, some days I'd have to live off rocks, you know, just sucking that moisture away. It's alright.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've been through, man.
Okay, so this is
Little
something
wank.
that I'll go through with you a little bit later on. So you have 3 magic item like achievement slots that you can put in. We're gonna leave them blank for now, but
Okay.
like in the campaign, I'll give you some stuff that you can tune to, so it's not too bad. So you want to go up. So you're starting equipment. What I realized that I was going to do this on the like go through the whole building character on the podcast, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, why are we doing this on the podcast? What's wrong with me? So you're starting equipment. You want to go for just click equipment. So you can choose either equipment or gold. The gold basically allows you to buy your own stuff, but you know it's nice to go for equipment because it's just easier, right? Right, so you can choose either a rapier or a sword, or short sword. You get a choice of a short bow and a quiver of 20 arrows.
You quiver, sir.
Or you get a short sword, so you can like dual wield short swords if you want. And you got here now a burglar's pack, a dungeoneer's pack, or an explorer's pack. Like
Dual wield.
so
Crowbar, hammer.
yeah, basically when you click it will explain like what you get in there, and those are used for obviously different things. Naturally, you know, you have like rope, all that kind of stuff, rations, and you know, shit like that. Shit like that. It basically allows you to just like crack on with stuff. There it's obviously giving you leather armor. You've got you want your all that kind of jazz. Yep, yeah. You scroll down, scroll
Hang
down.
on, so if I got 2 daggers, I could dual wield them instead of dual wielding 2 short swords, right?
Yeah, it would make sense to have a short bow, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like different weapons will do like different types of damage. So like a dagger will do usually it's like 1d4 damage plus your proficiency modifier, I believe. And then I think there's other stuff that you add to it as well. I remember, I'm not gonna lie. But it's nice because D&D Beyond allows you to just press a button and you'll roll like the damage for that kind of stuff, and it will add all your modifiers and stuff on top of that, which is really cool.
See that in a minute. He's almost done.
Yeah, he's almost done. Bloody hell, he's ready for it. He's gearing himself up.
Moist. Yeah.
Loves it. He just personal possessions are moist tissue.
I want to say what kind of moisture it is. No one ask, alright? Just don't fucking
Oh
ask.
my god.
He gets
my
really
God.
funny about his
That's gonna be
tissue,
some
right?
special move.
He gets really funny about people who ask him about his moist tissue. He's better off just not asking him, alright? People have learned this.
Nice. But yeah, like, so what I plan on doing, I might do it with both of you just to see if you enjoy it. Do like a one shot.
I turned that on. Quite cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
What?
They added a dark mode recently to D&D Beyond, and I've only just seen it through yeah.
Where all the
Okay,
numbers
so
are, like,
so you're looking at your character sheet here, right? So up the top, obviously, that's all your ASIs, which is your ability scores. So obviously you have your strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, right? So for each score, like, so I think it's usually within a 2 like even number window. So like 14, 13, is it 14 and 14, 15, I think, is like +2. 16 and 17 is like +3, and then 17, 18. I can't remember how it is. I mean, like, I'll have to get my player's handbook out and have a look. But they obviously all add to different things. So like as you scroll up, you can see like your constitution gave you a +2 modifier, stuff like that. And that obviously adds on top of like proficiency modifier for different things. So you can see you have your different skill checks here. So you have acrobatics, animal handling, arcana. Like I'm I'm literally just listing off all of them: Arcana, Athletics, Deception, History, Insight, Intimidation, Investigation, Medicine, Nature, Perception, Performance, Persuasion, Religion, Sleight of Hand, Stealth, and Survival. So like as you're going through the game, like your DM will probably be like, oh yeah, so like I'll give you an example. It says, oh, you reach an altar, and on the altar there's a symbol of a man holding a spear with a woman underneath him. The woman is beckoning towards the man, and I'll be like, make a religion check. And then
That
like
sounds so wrong, mate. What you just said. Carry on,
I'm sorry, it's the first thing that came to my head, which is weird that that's the first thing that came to my head. But
What,
So-
guy standing over a woman holding his spear.
I
All
didn't
right.
mean I didn't mean it like that. I meant like an
I rolled
actual
a
spear,
4.
not his spear.
I rolled a 4.
Roll so you roll religion check. So if you
Do we all get a roll? Or was it just one person?
yeah, you can
Yeah,
all
rolls.
roll. Like usually you'd ask anyone if they were proficient in it to roll, but yeah, so you roll. So yours would be you roll a d20, so you can click these and it will roll for you, right?
Which one? Sorry, mate.
Any of
The actual numbers. So if you click like the religion number, which is -1.
Oh, because flat's -1, I'm +2.
Yeah.
I would have to roll. 'cause more.
So
Oh no, you got more than me.
so you rolled a 15, and it's
15.
you add your proficiency in that skill, which yours is -1. So your total score for your religion check is 14. So then your DM would be like, oh yeah, so like because you rolled a 14, you'd be rolling essentially against a DC, which is like a difficulty challenge, and I would have set that at like a 13, just to be just to because it's tutorials. 13's a pretty easy number to hit. So we're like, yeah. So what you get from that is that the man is the god of wealth, and the scepter, the spear that he's holding is actually his like royal garment. Like I'm just winging this at this point. Like
You have to be
you
really
get it.
careful. You're now going to take the piss if you get
Yeah,
one word
exactly.
wrong,
That's why I was stopping. The woman is basically, you understand, this is the god of wealth, and the woman is beckoning for like good
money
fortune.
shot.
For fuck's sake!
Sorry.
Oh no! But yeah, so like you get more like you get more details on it. But like if you rolled lower than that, like say if you rolled like a 12, yours would be 12 -1, so you would roll an 11. You'd just be like, oh yeah, it just looks like a really nice painting or really nice like thing of Jesus. But yeah, so you'd be like, yeah,
He's got +6 on acrobatics.
Yeah,
and
'cause he's,
determination. That's crazy numbers
Yeah.
to start with.
yeah, that's because he's proficient in that. He chose that as his proficiency.
Oh my god, you ain't catching that dwarf.
Yeah, I'm jumping around everywhere, mate.
Yeah, so yeah, so I'll give you a bit of an example, right? So like we could be like oh yeah, so there's so as you're going through this dungeon, there's a pit in front of you, and be like you can cross this pit like however you see fit. So like you know, you can get creative with it, like you can genuinely just try and jump it, but be warned that there's like very vicious spikes, and you can tell that people have fallen here before. There's skeletons and all sorts at the bottom of this pit.
I was going to say, can you see the bottom of the pit?
There we go. So make a perception check.
I'm
Perception.
+1. What are
Yeah.
you flat?
I'm 0, mate. You go for it.
So what you would do is, yeah, I mean, you can both roll for it. Like, so the way you can do
I
it.
rolled a 6.
Okay, so here's how it works, right?
19.
So you can either both roll like individually, or one of you can basically guide the other. Not to be confused with an actual spell called guidance. But one of you can basically aid the other person to give the other person advantage. So the other person will roll 2 dice, and take the higher of the 2 rolls.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah. So essentially, like if someone had like a plus on their like skill, then you'd generally want them to roll it.
Roll
But
twice.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter to be honest. Like at the end of the day, because it's all for fun, right? And a lot of the way like the unwritten law of being a DM is the rule of cool, right? So if it's fucking cool, then let your players do it, right? And what's what D&D has a stigma for, especially as a new player, is the DM's out to kill you and the DM's out to essentially like kill the players and attack the players, all this kind of stuff. That's not the case. What a DM or a good DM will be about is guiding you through a story of their own creation, but allowing you to essentially have free reign in that creation. Um, so you get a lot of DMs will tend to railroad. Not all DMs. I take that back. But there's DMs that have different styles. Like they'll railroad you through certain things and basically force you to do certain things. I'm not like that. Like I'm gonna basically the way I do things is I give you an example of like where you're at. So like you'd be in a town. I'll describe what the town's about, and then I basically allow you to have free reign to do whatever you want in that town. And like, so if you wanted to literally go ahead and go to a tavern and get like absolutely sloshed, you could do that. Or like, you could like go to like the local shops in the town and see what they have for sale and stuff like that, and see if you could find like certain things. So like, if you're running low on like crossbow bolts, for example, like you could go ahead and see if there's a store that like sells crossbow bolts. You could see if there's like a blacksmith and stuff like that, because not all places will have like the facilities and stuff. But
Do they sell a slightly drier tissue?
I'm sure you can find that pretty easily.
The
Cool.
magical aura of the golden napkin.
That could be like your quest to fucking find the napkin. But yeah, so it's about like guiding them through a story of your own creation, but obviously allowing the players to have like free reign to do what they want. So like I've been listening to a lot of like stories and stuff of like different DMs and different players that had like the most unexpected like things. So one player had it like saved up all his money to buy what and I'm ripping this story off of there's funnily enough a channel called Mr. Ripper, but basically this player he saved all his money to buy this magical item, which was an ivory elephant, right? It's a statue of an ivory elephant, right? But what it did is when he spoke the command word, the the ivory elephant, say that like fucking twice, would actually like magically like transform into an actual elephant for an hour until like either it was attacked or the command word was spoken again, right? So what they ended up doing was they went up against the big bad evil guy, or the BBEG, right? Which in this instance was a vampire, right? One of them cast like a grapple on them, like grappling vines, so that the vampire couldn't move. And then this guy threw the statue like 60 feet above the vampire, spoke the command word, turned the elephant into like the ivory elephant into an actual elephant, and had this huge 2-ton elephant just drop down from the sky 60 feet on top of the vampire. Needless to say, the vampire like was instantly killed.
That's,
It was the
yeah, but you
elephant
have
by
to
the
get
sound of
you have
it.
to get all the rolls to get that
Yeah.
elephant up there in the first place.
Yeah, no, exactly. He had to make a strength check to actually throw the elephant up there in the first place, and they rolled, I think, a 20, or a nat 20.
Yeah, he
So,
super critted
yeah.
it up there.
And then, yeah, no, the elephant, like, once it like hit down, like, because it would take a certain amount of bludgeoning damage, which is an absolute shit ton. Yeah, it was just enough to like destroy the vampire like entirely.
Instantly.
And the elephant, like, because it took damage as well because of the fall, instantly turned back into the ivory statue, and the guy literally just walked over casually, picked up the statue, and walked off. But
Hey, poor elephant. If it didn't actually go back in,
Oh, I've got an idea with your moist tissue for that. It could be a
you talk about
smothering.
my moist tissue.
it can expand to a smothering blanket.
Mate, there is a story behind that tissue, but I can't talk to you about it yet. There is already.
Oh yeah, I've got to get relationship status. Like check on that.
Kind of, no, you're not adding to the moist tissue. But, oh, that kind of relationship status, right? Okay.
Yeah,
But
got the bonds, haven't we? Before you like
so
let us all know.
Can't
so
let you into my secrets.
so the other thing that again, to steal a story here, was it was like things that made people essentially like leave the board because like either the DM or like a player was just so like intolerable. And one of them basically said that the DM like forced everyone to do like dice rolls for like their stats, and he made them do it in order. And the guy like got somewhat decent stats. I think he was making like a paladin or something, right? Because they needed a paladin. But when it came to his intelligence, he rolled a 3, right? So he like pleaded with the DM. He's like, you know, a 3 is like
For a
the same
paladin.
intelligence as a dog, right?
Yeah, for
But
a
the
paladin, you're not gonna be
but the
good.
but the DM was having none of it. He was like, no, that's the role you got. That's what you're keeping, right? So when it came to like fighting the like one of the baddies, who was like the main villain, like in this like really tall tower, right? The party basically said to the like commanded like the paladin to attack like the villain. The villain like dropped his dagger and then like ran out the window and cast fly on himself, like fly to like basically run out this window and then fly away. But the paladin literally just charged out the window and just fell to his death. And like everyone started like apparently berating him, saying like, "Oh, you're not playing to like your character and stuff. You're not playing. That's not what your character would do." So he literally pointed to his intelligence score and said, like, you know, there's if you order a dog to essentially like do something, a dog's not gonna know like that it's gonna put himself in danger until like it's too late. Like that's the same as what you did here, and then basically told him to fuck off and then left. I was like, fair fucking play. Like like, if I was that DM, I'd be like, nah, fucking re-roll that shit because that's not cool. Like, I
Yeah, but
mean,
at least you at least got to have a little bit more to freeze. Like if it's as much as a dog, it's
yeah,
not going to go well.
I mean, it's funny, right? But like, you don't like if someone like generally is unhappy with something, like 9 times out of 10, like within reason, like you allow them to like in that instance, like you would allow them to re-roll that intelligence score because that's yeah, that's definitely not cool. But like certain
Yeah,
things,
flat needs to be wary of an attention to check. That
certain
minus one.
things like dice rolls, for example, like if you're attacking and you roll like a 1, like then that's obviously gonna go through no matter what because like you can't like that's something you're not gonna like go because otherwise at that point you're like, well, what's the fucking point of the game if you're just gonna say, oh yeah, actually you get a free hit on him, you get a free hit on him, then you turn into Oprah. It's like you get a free hit and you get a free hit.
Everybody gets a free hit. Look under your seat. There's another free hit.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I'll talk about your dice rolls really quick. So there's 2 very important rolls that you need to be aware of. So a 20 is classed as a critical. So no matter what it is you're doing, a 20 will be a success, like a guaranteed success, right? So for example, like you could you could ask to do the most insane thing, right? You could ask to have like a tissue like impale someone's head, right? And you'd be like, okay, we'll roll for it, and then the DC of that would be like really fucking high. So like basically it would be like a 20. Like you would have to roll a 20 in order to that actually happen, right? So you could. I'm just using this because you've been throwing tissue about a lot. So like if you rolled there and then like rolled 20, right? Like the D20 actually hit a 20, then that's a critical like success. So basically,
It would happen.
It would happen. So you would impale someone with that tissue.
To be honest, mate, it depends how long I leave it out in the sunlight for it.
You
It
could get
starts
crusty,
to lose
right?
a bit of its moisture. Yeah, and it's you know, you can get paper cuts from that thing.
Yeah, exactly. But then you have a 1, which is a critical fail, right? Now, depending on your DM, that can vary from just being, oh yeah, well you failed, it is what it is, or it can be an absolute disaster, right? So it again, it all depends on how brutal your DM wants to be. But like, let's say like you go for an attack with like your dagger, but you roll a 1, right? What your DM could be if they wanted to be an absolute ass, they could be like, "Oh, you fumble your dagger and you accidentally stab yourself in the leg, and then you roll damage on yourself." Like that's if your DM wants to be an ass. Another way they can be an ass is it's like, oh, you go to slash with your dagger and you lose your grip on it. You get a little bit of sweaty palms. You lose your grip and your dagger goes flying 10 feet like behind the person you're attacking, for example.
So you have to waste the move getting better.
Yeah, which does actually, like, if that was like your only way of like attacking like with melee, like then you would end up having to waste your next turn moving to where your dagger was and using your action to pick it up.
Yeah. You
Which
roll to try and pick it up.
no, you just have to use your action to pick it up. It's, you know, they would give you that, but it would take an action to interact with an object, so that kind of sucks. So then essentially you're losing your turn. But a lot of DMs don't tend to do that because they're not arseholes.
Depends how hardcore the game's being.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on your DM because, like, a lot of DMs are quite like relaxed, which is quite nice. I mean, I'd like to say that I'm more of a relaxed type of DM. But yeah, hear that. That's Flatline rolling dice. I'm screen sharing at the moment.
I'll stop rolling dice.
No,
My
you're
bad.
fine. You're fine. No, it's fine. Don't worry.
But yeah, be minimised.
Background music.
Bit of background dice rolling.
Exactly.
Just getting used to it.
You know,
You're
I
getting
like
used to this
that.
character
I'm looking
sheet.
at your sheet and my sheet is actually we're both rogues, but we've gone down a different like way.
Good.
It's quite cool.
Yeah, because you went in investigation and that, so I thought I'd leave it for you because that makes sense. And
You want me to share mine so you can see it?
oi, oi.
Oi, oi.
And there's Inferno screen.
Good.
But yeah, so in this I'm not gonna like, oh, but yeah, so what I'll do for this one shot is I'm not gonna like say, oh, you have to be this class or this shot, and even in the campaign I'm not gonna do that. But like what you understand is like sneak attack is broken as fuck, allows you to do a shit ton of damage, but you have to have like everything set up properly for it.
I think
And
I have on mine.
the the
You can't see it.
the thing with sneak attack is, I mean, I'll have to look it up actually, but I think it would just be stupidly broken for 2 rogues to basically flank an enemy because
Oh, if you see Flat's character, he ain't flanking anyone. He's going head on.
Yeah, man. I've got issues, my guy.
he's stealthing that high.
That stuff's low, man. It's literally just acrobatics. So maybe I can just take the attention, mate, while jumping around, and you can get behind them.
Yeah, you know that shit. Tag team.
hang on, let me just
I'm just
figure
gonna-
this out real quick.
I'm gonna put a picture in Discord.
Put a picture in, man. Put a picture in. So which one? You say you guys have tried Darkest Dungeon, haven't you?
Yeah,
Like,
well, I
it's
have.
one of those games you have to give a little while to get into the loop of it. When I first started playing it on PC a fair few years back, I didn't really get into it. I didn't give it enough time, you know. And now I picked it up again for the second time. Yeah, man, you just got to give it a little while to get into that kind of loop to see what you're doing.
For a second, I thought we were on about Dark Alliance. No, Darkest Dungeon. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like, I played it a little
Darkest
bit.
Dungeon.
Yeah. Yeah, so sneak attack. So basically you get that at your first level of rogue. Basically once per turn you can do an extra 1d6 to a creature if you have advantage on the attack roll. The attack must use a finesse or a ranged weapon, right? It says you don't need advantage on the attack roll if any other enemy of the target is within 5 feet of it. That enemy isn't incapacitated, and you don't have this. So basically, if you both got like up in the face of like an enemy, like within 5 feet, which is usually melee range anyway, like especially if you flanked it, one got behind and one got in front, like you get advantage on that anyway. But like because there's like that's nuts.
Oh, Fries is like shit. I've
Mhm.
got to fuck these guys up a bit.
No, I'm
Or
thinking
try
I'm gonna
to.
think I'm gonna have to buff my fucking like monsters because like I think you like if I tailored it for like just as a regular group at level 1, for example, right? Like you're just gonna fucking blitz through it. You're just gonna go up to them and gonna wreck them. It's like you
Damn right.
um.
Well,
But,
to be fair, Flat's character, I've just looked, he doesn't quit, so he'd be in the face constant, and then I can just keep slapping him in the ass.
I
Yeah,
mean,
my
yeah,
guy's like got like proper problems, so he's just going to be straight in there. He's not going to care about what happens to him as
He's
such
got
because of his
intimidation, so he's
issues.
going to get ag constant.
Yeah.
what I'll probably end up doing, because I think that's what because I mean, quote me if I'm wrong. Like, if anyone like knows this like to the T, then like by all means, like correct me, like either message me or whatever. But in Critical Role, they had two characters that had a essentially it was Sentinel. It was a feat called Sentinel, which basically like because two of these characters had it, if both of them were in melee range, like of a character, each of those characters would cancel it out, so no one got the Sentinel on it. So it's basically a way of saying, okay, you can only get Sentinel on one character. So what I would probably end up doing is probably using that rule with Sneak Attack, just so it doesn't like, just like you just don't blow through like characters like real fucking quick. Because like imagine like at level 1, like a lot of the enemies you come against, they're not gonna have that much HP anyway. So like you basically just go boom boom dead. Whereas at least like I don't know, but then we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, right? We'll figure it out. But
Yeah, we'll figure
It's
it
all
out. Man.
about the story, so yeah, whatever you do with the story is up to you. Isn't it?
well, no, it's about that. But you got there's different types of players, right? There's people who are like rules lawyers, and like they'll basically anything that goes against the rules, they're like, nah, you can't do that. Like for example, I won't name names, but I played in a D&D, technically a one shot, and we actually had a rules lawyer type of player like in our party, right? And I basically said that I wanted to cast. I can't remember what it was. It was it was I think it was either flaming sphere or something else, right? But on the actual like thing, it was saying, oh, it allows you to put it in a set amount of like area, right? So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I said like I'm gonna stand here, like in front of like this person who was the rules lawyer. I said I'm gonna get in front of him and I'm gonna cast. I think it was Burning Hands. I think it was. Or, and I said I'm gonna like cast that in like a cone in front of me, right? And then he literally turned around and he was like, "Well, actually, it means that it does it around you. So now I'm going to take damage. So thanks for that." I'm like, no. I says like if you read it, it says that's the only reason I got in front of you was there was a cone in front of me. It's not like an AOE around me that I just like blast out fucking fire around me. Like it's specific, and I even spoke to DM about it, and the DM's like, "Nope, yep, there's a cone in front of you." This guy was like, "I'm just like, shut the fuck up." Because I may be new to D&D, but fuck off. Like I read that shit. I knew what I was doing. I can't remember what spell it was now. Actually, saying that, fuck. I'm actually gonna have to have a look. I think I have it as
Fusion.
I think it was Thunderwave. Yeah, it was Thunderwave. I used Thunderwave. That was what it was.
Yeah, wave goes forward.
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. But it says range. It says self slash 15-foot cube, right? And it says a wave of thunderous force sweeps out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw, right? So to me, that's a 15-foot cube essentially in front of you, right? I mean, I get where
Yeah.
he's coming from. Like, you know, Thunderwave is 15-foot cube from self and then 15 foot around you. So I guess he probably was right, but
Could be called Thunder Shock.
like the
Wave.
way I kind of like described it was like I was like basically clapping my hands in front of me to cast like Thunderwave. And yeah, so I just assumed that I guess technically it would just be like a like exploding thunder from out of you, so it probably would have been like yeah.
Hey,
I mean that makes sense,
so
but I mean fuck. Okay, maybe the rules lawyer was right.
if you fart, do a thunder fart, it goes backwards. Don't go
True.
freaking.
But no, I
power.
think the idea of it was it is a 15-foot cube originating from you, so like basically anything around you. So that's like an AoE on your person. I think that's how it's described, but yeah, the way I kind of read it like at the very beginning was it was kind of like you know you clapping it because it's called wave, right? Thunder wave. It's not called thunder AoE. It's not
Or
called
thunder
like
shock.
yeah. It's not
Shock
called
is
like
outrageous.
like if they wanted it to like be an AoE, why don't they just call it like thunder ripple? Because like that would kind of insinuate, you know, like ripples on like the ocean. You know, they go outwards, don't they, from wherever the impact was. But you know, it is what it is. Live and learn. But
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to getting to the story of it. Maybe we just got to sort out the time between us all, haven't we?
yeah, that's the
Get it
thing. I
done.
mean, I wouldn't mind doing it like on the weekend, so like either a Friday or a Saturday, because that will allow me to, you know. But the problem is I know you do a lot of your raid help on the Friday and Saturday, don't you?
Yeah, Friday and Saturday nights anyway.
Yeah, I think that's really realistically probably the only time, unless like we do it like during the week and we do it like between 5 and 9 or between 5 p.m. and like 9 p.m. like that sort of yeah, because I can keep going until like about 8, half 8, give or take. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But it's just
and then eventually you have to start getting ready for work, man.
yeah. But I mean, other than that, maybe like unless we do it like on the Friday evening kind of things, like before you do your, I'm not sure.
Well, Saturdays is more free for you, isn't it, at the moment?
Saturday nights I'll soon be streaming the speed runs on Division 2, but we can work out a time, man. We'll work out a time.
Well,
I'm
to be
sure
fair,
we
then
will.
Friday you start later streaming anyway.
At the moment, mate, yeah, it's just 'cause I'm out helping doing some work in the evening.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm
That makes
normally
sense.
out of the house for a few hours. But,
I mean,
ugh.
unless like, because Saturday I could probably do it like during the day or whatever. Like, I just have to get up a little bit earlier. I
We'll
mean,
work it out, dude. We'll work it out during
yeah,
the week.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Or we just do it on our podcast. It'll be a live podcast D&D session.
I mean, we probably could, but we just mean like if we're gonna do that, like we'd have to go a little bit because then we still gotta have a podcast anyway. We'll figure it out, right?
Yeah, we'll work it out during the week.
No, it's like we've been like we started roughly 15 minutes ago. We've been talking for 15 minutes about D&D.
But D&D, man.
Oh dear. Fuck.
Anyone that's listening to this that doesn't want to listen to D&D, we apologise.
No, we don't, because D&D's fucking amazing. Shut your fucking mouth.
I don't know that, yeah. Don't know. Then again, actually, the idea of balleting around with my moist tissue is becoming more and more prominent to my mind.
Oh mate, you're gonna fucking love it.
Becoming more prominent.
Yeah, man, D&D's amazing, and like you've got, like I say, you got the roleplay aspect, you got like the combat aspect. Like it's just like the perfect game, right? It's brilliant, and like for someone like myself, like I like telling stories and stuff, like and doing different voices, different characters, and all that kind of stuff. I love it, man. I love it. It's just a
Love
lot.
it.
it's just a lot of work for like a DM, especially like because I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm pretty new to like being a DM and stuff like that. I'm pretty new to being, I mean, relatively new to being a character, like playing as a PC, like a.
Can you
a
roll
play
history check on that, please?
All right, yeah, sure. Give me a second. Where's my history check? History. Oh, I rolled an 8 plus 3, so I rolled an 11.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Yeah,
The check
yeah,
was a
still-
12. The
still new,
crushing
though.
weight of
Yeah,
the crushing
still
weight of
new.
your own history has
Oh,
done you in,
dear.
man.
Oh, mate, I'm fucking broken, mate. Fucking broken. But yeah, my character, he's level 3. I made him level 10, but technically he was level 3. I made him 10 for whatever reason, I can't remember what. But like, there's so many different things that he's got as part of his like feats and all that basically allow him to have either proficiency in most skills, or he's got expertise. He's got expertise in 3 skills, which gives him a. In fact, fuck it, I should share my screen. So basically, none of his like rolls are below 0. So there's no like plus, like minus, like 1s or anything like that. The only thing he's got a minus in is intelligence. So like his intelligence saving throw is a -1. Everything else is like positive or just
I've
a
got
straight roll.
I've got positive. Yeah, I've got straight and positives only. Hooray!
All rounder.
Yeah. Like my persuasion check is a +7 and my deception check is a +7. That's because he's a bard. He's expertise.
I know I've got +2 on both there.
Yeah, there you go. That's my persuasion. Rolled a 16 +7, so it's 23. 23 is a really high roll. Like anything really above 18 is pretty high. But yeah,
I've got 20 on my deception.
I'm so excited to be fucking doing this though. I'm honestly, I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait. I'm going to be. So what I'll do is I'll organize like the one shot for if you guys are up for doing it on the weekend. I mean, the one shot can be a couple of hours, you know. Like one shots are usually pretty condensed, like
Little intro.
kind of, yeah.
Little fighting and then
Yeah.
doing a quick boss on it.
Fighting, puzzle solving, all that kind of stuff. So I'll organize like a one shot for you guys. And we can go from there. Pretty fucking
Sounds
cool.
good, man. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
What? I'm
But
up for it, mate. I'm up for it.
yeah, but what I'll do is like in the meantime, like in the room as well, is I'll organize like an actual like campaign, and campaigns, by the way, like last absolute ages. Like it's not like a case of you know, a couple of sessions done. Like I mean, if we're talking like a full-on campaign that like I do want to stream it. I'm not gonna lie, I do want to like stream like the campaign itself and then have it as like video content on YouTube, because I think that'd be pretty cool, pretty entertaining, getting all of us together doing that. But campaigns can last a long time. I mean, like Critical Role, their second campaign was 141 episodes, and they usually do that in a span of like 1 a week. That's 141 weeks essentially, real time.
Whoa.
Yeah, but in like actual in-game time, that's like months, fucking months and months, like half a year to a year kind of thing. But like, yeah, like their first campaign was 112, something like that, episodes. But they started, which is interesting, is because it's a bunch of Critical Role. It's a bunch of voice actors that basically got together to play Dungeons and Dragons. And it all started because like one of them, like I think it was like for their birthday, wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, and it all kind of stemmed from there. And they were playing at home like together like for a long time, and in the end they were like, hey, why don't we stream it? And then the rest is history, and now it's like become such a success that they make millions, absolute millions. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's not ridiculous because like I love Critical Role, and like I want to see them continue on. But yeah, it's amazing. It's actually amazing. But yeah, that's what I want to do. Is I want to organize like a campaign that lasts like ages. I think that'd be pretty fun to do. But
For
but-
sure, dude.
yeah, but it's obviously I'm not going to drag people into it if like I mean that's the whole reason why I want to do like the introductions like one shot type thing. You know, give you guys an idea of what it's like, and you know if you guys like it, then you know sure enough we can organize like an actual time to do like a proper campaign and stuff. But obviously if you're not enjoying it, then that's also fine because I know it's not for everyone. But I think if I'm honest with you, I think both of you will probably enjoy it. I got a feeling you will. Especially like I think not so much. I mean, maybe like the role play side of things, but also like the combat side of things. Like I know Flatline, for example, you're really into like min maxing a lot of stats and stuff.
Oh yes.
So I know you'll enjoy that. I know Inferno, like I mean, I think most of your community actually saying that Flat and Inferno saying that as well are into like min maxing stuff, especially like with the Division and stuff like that. Like it's all about getting like the best like gear and that kind of stuff, and like, getting your gear score up and all that.
RPG stats, man.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. It's an RPG, tabletop RPG is what it is. But, yeah, really been going on for about an hour for D&D. Me,
Me and Flat's having a gift war.
We
I
are.
didn't. Oh my god. I've just noticed.
You not noticed them?
Yeah. Oh, there's that one that the guy like going fucking mental, like kicking stuff and throwing stuff. Like,
Yeah.
have you seen the original of that?
I don't think I have, mate.
So what it is that's a streamer called Trainwrecks, right? And what ended up happening is he spilt tea like on his desk. He's not British, he's American, but he spilled tea on his desk and he was like cleaning it up, and then something else happened that like really ticked him off, and he's just like, "Fuck!" And he just went fucking mental. Like, what a fucked up day! He's just like shouted. It's fucking hilarious.
What a fucked up day.
Yeah, he's like, "What a fucked up day!" I'll send you the video like later on. Yeah, but yeah, fucking. Oh my god, these gifts, man, Jesus.
Yeah, some of them are pretty bad. Some of them are pretty bad.
Yeah, but
This is gonna be us.
art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Yeah. Oh damn. Damn.
Hey, your moist
There.
tissue.
He's got a moist tissue, that guy, mate.
Oh, he
There's
loves
something
it.
groggy. I've been laughing like Muttley.
Catch the pigeon. Catch the pigeon.
to like I gotta work on a few character voices as well, because like my voice library is not that good. I'll be real with
We
you.
have an old storyteller.
I've been dead 40 years.
Well, back in my day, there was none of these intranets. Yeah,
Internets.
I got my
You sound like Kid Boga then, almost.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, that's the
I'll
old
be
granny.
watching a lot. I'll be watching a lot of that actually on Twitch.
Yeah.
Oh, me and the missus spotted him a couple of years back on YouTube, and so I've watched a couple of his live streams and stuff. But it's really cool. Like, yeah, he's watching his videos on YouTube. It's fair play the way he does it. So those that don't know who Kit Boga is, he's a Twitch streamer that scams scammers. So he has a second PC set up and he runs a virtual machine on it, and then they connect to it. Obviously, he runs through pretending to be someone and he scams the scammers. It's really quite funny the way he does it, because some of them, you know, so annoyed. So he's made up like a fake. He's gone as far to make up a fake Google Play thing. So when he puts in a code, it makes it look like he's accepted it, and it makes it look like it's 500 quid a code, you know. And they're expecting to get these codes, and he's typing it in and redeeming it, and they're just getting so wound up. It's just, you should check it out, guys. It's a good watch.
Fucking brilliant. The
The
thing,
one when you watched Freud's, remember?
yeah,
The one
yeah,
when he was doing two characters at the same time. So
yeah,
he's being an old lady and then the old lady's son.
yeah.
Yep,
And the
see
son
that.
was working with the scammers, but and then he was to being the old lady going, "He stole my money," and then like
It
kept going
potentially.
between phone calls. It's quite good
The
technique.
the funny thing about it is, you know how like speaking of speedrunning and that, like you know how speedrunners have like the timer at the top. He's got a
Yeah, man, I
timer.
watch it. It's
Yeah,
brilliant.
he's got a timer at the top, and it's not like to speed run. It's like a long run essentially. It's like how long can he essentially keep waste? How much time he can waste of the scammer's time essentially.
Yeah,
Like
it shows different phases. Like phase one's the bam and the scam and bait, which is can take up to 50 minutes if they really want to long it out. He'll long it out as he can, long as he can.
yeah, his philosophy on it, or like the reasoning behind that, is the longer he can spend on the phone with a scammer, is the less time they have to scam someone else.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Good content.
It didn't go
Wholesome.
well for him the other day when I was watching. One of them called him out. Your kid thingy, he was like, Who's that guy? He sounds like a cool guy."
Yeah, he's been called out a couple of times by them, but they can never quite tell for sure.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially like on the end of the phone when like audios get muffled anyway. You know.
Yeah, he turns down the quality for the phone call, so it sounds like it's.
He's got a remote
Yeah.
telephone
Yeah.
generator, isn't he?
But yeah. In I need to expand like the amount of voices that I do, because like especially if I'm playing like multiple NPCs, like you don't want to have the same voice over and over again for those NPCs. You know what I mean?
Unless they're the same sort of like.
Like suddenly everyone in this entire world is related and they sound the same.
Who lives in a place like this?
Who lives here? How dare you?
Joker had something to do.
Doing voices I do. But yeah, no, I was mimicking saying that one of Matt Mercer's villains, he did Vecna, which is actually a D&D villain anyway. He's a lich. And I was mimicking like the voice that he did for it, and like I don't know why I feel like really sort of like embarrassed like trying to mimic it. But like when I was doing it, people like fucking actually freaking out. They're like, "Oh my god," like this.
The thing is, you just the thing you're learning it, aren't you? And then you can put your own little twist, so it don't have to be 100%
Yeah.
the actual voice. It can just be you can like play off that voice in it, like you can tone it up, down.
Yeah. But it's just like trying to think of something on the spot now, like to say as him. Like it's funny because like on the spot, like right here, like I'm getting really flustered about it, right? Really embarrassed, right? But when I'm actually in the
Chucks.
moment as a DM, like all of that kind of like just shifts away, right? Because like in the moment, like if I start going, oh yeah, it kind of ruins the experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but your mindset. Well, if you're ready to roll the
And
D&D,
well,
you're in the mindset of it.
baby, if you're in the correct mindset, it'll be better. Or you could just turn around and come on your moist tissue, you insolent whelp.
Don't talk about my fucking tissue, man. Don't talk about my tissue.
Don't wind him
No.
up. That
What?
dear.
roll your acrobatics.
Yeah,
Your
man.
shit.
Dance around.
Dance
on.
around like a Morris dance with your wet tissue.
Wait, my microphone didn't flash. Did you hear that? Because I know it flashed on
Yes.
my recording. You heard the fucking laugh I tried to do, right?
Oh no, we didn't
No.
hear that.
Nah,
I
of course
thought
No
not.
laugh.
Because fucking Discord doesn't want to do it. I gotta get right up. I'll have to. Fuck it. At least it picked it up on the fucking recording. That's all that matters.
Oh, it's alright. I'll listen to it.
I'll give you a timestamp. Or like after this, I'll just do it again. Oh my god, that fucking gif, man. No.
Oh my god. It's on fire.
Oh
For
no.
those that wonder what we're laughing about, I put in a gif of some guy setting fire to some alcohol, trying to drink it, and it pours on his crotch, and it just sets fire to all of him, and it's pretty brutal, to be honest.
He pats. Oh, I don't know.
He goes to pat it off, but I think he accidentally throws the rest of the alcohol on him because he's just
Yes.
freaking
Yeah.
out. But oh my god, that's
That's so
brutal.
much flames. So much flames.
Like, what do you expect? Oh my god, he actually gets set on fire. What the fuck?
Probably gets set on
Look
fire.
at this gift. It matches it.
That's hot.
Ah, that's hot.
Oh shit! That's funny.
Fireballs.
That's actually a spell in D&D.
Hopefully it
Fireball.
doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Thankfully enough.
He's
That's a
his
different kind of
crotch
fireballs.
combusted into this flame of fire, where now he needs to thrust it into the enemy.
Oh dear. I mean, I could let someone do that if they really wanted to. It's hard. Yeah. You don't understand. Like literally, like D&D is not limited unless your DM's a bit of a cunt. But you're not limited to what you do. So if you really wanted to do something like that, you can do it. Like literally, you name something you want to do, you can. Chances are you could probably do it.
I would definitely want to kick flat when he's in a ball. That's what I want to do.
I mean, you could do that. Like if Flat like turned him like if he decided that he's gonna curl up into a ball, like you could totally kick him.
Oh, he's a dwarf. So
Yeah.
to get him in that 5 meters, I need to like hoof him in.
I'll roll up and you roll
I'm
me
gonna
down the hill.
kick you, and then when you're mid-air flat, I need you to spread like Spider-Man.
Yeah, you could if you really wanted to. You could do that. Like
Oh, can you put your weight up to like 2 tons?
no, within reason. Naturally, no. That gif. Oh, I think. On that note, I think we should end it here, boys. I think we've had. This can't even be called the D&D special because it's not. It was D&D, but it's not D&D. It's. You see what I mean? Like the D&D special has to be the D&D special. It can't be. Oh yeah, we talked about D&D for fucking an hour.
Yeah, it's just a setup,
Hey,
mate.
it's a setup, character building.
Exactly. It's sort of like getting you more intrigued. But yeah. So, fucking hell, these gifs, man. These fucking gifs. Right.
That's on one.
I don't know where I'm getting these from.
Right. Okay. So, let's end it here because like it's getting a little bit. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to, I guess, an episode of Dungeons and Dragons ish. God, these gifts are just getting worse.
Stamping it down, mate, after it's set on fire.
Fucking hell.
If
only you guys-
the gifts. we should make a stream.
If-
On the gift wars.
Oh dear. If only you guys could see these gifts. Like this fucking he's got like someone, I don't know if it's a woman or if it's a guy wearing like a woman's clothing, but he's got like a whole bunch of like baby powder and he just like fluffs it up into his crotch.
That's
Like,
just to calm the burning balls from a minute ago, man.
oh my god. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna end the podcast here, guys. Thank you all for listening to this. I guess the D&D one. I'm just gonna call it that. Oh my god, no. This is okay. This is just
I apologise. Last one. That's it.
getting distracted by people having their crotches set on fire. That's
Hey, this is not me doing the crotch fire.
Someone's trying to cook an egg on his crotch fire. How is that possible?
What do you type in to find us in the gift section? On...
You don't want to know, man.
all I can
actually
think of is that song, Great Balls of Fire.
I think I typed burning balls in or something like that, or burn balls, or Burning balls, man, or
Oh.
flaming balls.
Right, let's tone it down a bit.
Yeah, there's enough of them flaming balls right now.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Anyway. On that note, guys, that's gonna be it for episode number 4, the D&D one. There we go. I'm just gonna call it the
D&D
Nat
one.
20. Fuck it. It's just gonna be called episode 4, the Nat 20. Okay. Right. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a pleasure as always to do this for you guys. As always, I am 5 Large Fries.
I am Flatline Plays. Thanks very much for listening, guys. As of always, if you need to catch me, I'm over on Twitch on Flatline Plays, or I'm over on Discord. Hit me up.
I am Inferno Rouge with the small chub of the 8D. Bye.
Take care, guys, and we'll see you in episode number 5. Right, bye.
Huzzah!
We haven't got anything for an intro, outro. Penis.
Inez.
Oh, there we go. I mean, we've always got to have some kind of outro. I mean, like we started episode 1 with had an outro, so we need something, right? Penis.
Oh, mate, one of these attributes for a rogue, one of them's called performance. I mean, classic, eh? What, aren't
Oh,
you
you
in
go
bed
rogue
or
as
what?
well. We'd be like
You're-
the rogue twins.
You know
Are
what?
you rogue, are you?
Yeah, I told you I was half-elf rogue. You can be whatever you like. You can have 2 rogues. It don't
Yeah,
really
it
matter.
is. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, rogues.
You
are
gotta
just-
remember, you could. I'm a half-elf rogue. You can be something else rogue.
I'm dwarf,
And-
mate.
Oh mate.
Oh,
Oh
we
mate.
could,
Kill
probably,
dwarf.
we could be like Lord of the Rings. We just need a fucking king now.
Yeah, that'll be me.
Yeah, you're the dungeon. Or
Hey,
not
I'll be
dungeon.
fucking Sauron. That's what I'd be.
What skills have you chosen, though, Inferno? Can you remember? Because I don't want to choose the same ones as you.
I've got deception, investigation, medicine, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, stealth, and survival. But that's all. If you go on, it's like it depending on what you pick and what you merge it with. It's like it allows you to pick certain shit, doesn't it?
I'm going acrobatic. I think an acrobatic fucking dwarf sounds funny.
He'd be like a fucking cannonball, wouldn't he?
Bouncing around
The
like
dwarf puts his
parkouring.
head between his legs, gripped so hard, and then the half-elf Tauren kicked him up the rear and sent him on his way to the enemy.